Hey, good evening, everyone. I hope that your day is going really well and that you're having a good evening. Today, we're going to just go over a brief announcement, which is a public statement from Celeste Largo's family. Um, as many of you know, that her case is very similar to Faye Ohu, who is currently in the brig as well, after having a PTSD episode that led both of these individuals to go into the brig. So MSTM is currently working with Celeste Largo's family, and as a result of some information that has been going on online over the last couple of days, they personally reached out to me for me to issue a public statement on their behalf. So for tonight's, this isn't really community hall, but for tonight's video, I'm going to be reading a statement from Celeste's parents as to what their wishes are in regards to advocacy work. So I will be reading that. Just give me 1 second to get there. All right, tonight, I am reading a statement on behalf of Celeste Largo's family. We have decided to work exclusively with the military sexual trauma movement. A number of other community organizations and their volunteers have been spreading misinformation that Celeste is being silenced. Celeste is a warrior and remains one even during this very difficult time. We ask that anyone who wants to support our campaign for Celeste reach out to the military sexual trauma movement directly. Our family and Celeste will not be communicating with anyone outside of the military sexual trauma movement. Some of these community advocates have been extremely rude and crossed boundaries on a number of occasions, causing our family additional and unneeded stress during a challenging time in our lives. We ask that everyone respects our decisions during this time. It is deeply frustrating for us to see organizations running campaigns, voters' name, without reaching out to the military sexual trauma movement first. We want to make sure that we maintain control of the narrative surrounding our daughter's story. As of right now, we have a plan of action, and we are currently working on moving forward with a strategy that has been designed by MSTM and their partner organizations. Please respect our boundaries and our wishes during this very difficult time. So that is the statement that's coming from Celeste Largo's family that I wanted to read, and put out their words and their feelings out there, because there are a lot of posts and there are a lot of organizations that I think are good willing and have good intentions, but it's not what the family is looking for right now. And in certain cases, they're finding it harmful or offensive. So all that we're asking is that if you want to get involved and you want help on this campaign, reach out to us so we can communicate with the family and make sure that their wishes are abided by. Celeste's family is very spiritual. They have spiritual guides. They are Native American. So there are a lot of other people who are involved in this, and we want to make sure that their values, their wishes, and their spirituality is respected. Some of the things they felt were coming across were not fully in line with what their wishes are or aligned with what their spiritual wishes are, which is very important to them in their culture. So we need to be sensitive of that while doing advocacy work for their families. We welcome everyone to get involved. We welcome everyone to work with us. We just want to make sure that we're doing that in a way in which the family is fully protected, and that they feel honored, right? Like, this is a very stressful time for their family. I've gone through this myself. My family has gone through this, and it can be extremely painful. And while we can mean well, sometimes we can cause additional heartache or additional struggles to the family that they don't need. And that's been going on over the last couple of days. So Celeste's family asked us to make a public statement regarding what they're going through so that, as a community, that we can be mindful of what their struggles are right now. And I ask everyone to meet them with compassion, honor their stories, honor their feelings, and respect their wishes. And if you have anything that you want to bring forward to them, please reach out to us and we will bring it to their attention. And then that way we can ensure that we're moving forward with their wishes as they see best fit for their daughter. Because remember, even going through this circumstance, and being in the break, after Celeste comes out of this, she will still be dealing with other mental health issues as a result of not only sexual violence, but the retaliation, and her family is impacted through all of this as well. So we want to make sure that as they're going through this process, that we're giving them the support and compassion that they really need during this time. And for them, that means being able to control the narrative, being able to have a forefront in saying how this gets addressed and what next steps that we take as a community. So the reason why I want to, just be mindful of that is that their entire family is going through a struggle that will impact their mental health. And we are working with the Pink Berets to help give their family access to mental health at no cost and give them the services that they need. But we also do need people to be mindful because some people can be very rude online. And there has been a number of people who have been rude to the family and who have said disrespectful things to the family when they've decided they didn't want to go forward or move in a certain direction. So I want to make it clear and I want to make it known that, at this point in time, while they're very sensitive and struggling, they're doing the best that they can to fight. They're putting their best foot forward. And at MSTM, we're giving them the support that they need during this time. So we want everyone to be on the same page and just come from a very loving and supportive place during this time that's very difficult for them. And if you want to help and get involved, by all means, we welcome your support. We welcome you getting involved. It's just we don't want people to harm the family or be rude to them or say things to them that they feel is harmful when right now they're in a vulnerable position and right now they need love and compassion. So as a result of that, if you have an idea, if you have something you want to bring forward, if you have resources, please reach out to the movement. There's a number of ways you can contact us, whether it's email, direct messaging. A lot of you know many of us directly. You can reach out to us and we will do the best that we can. Rachel, I don't know what you posted. I do know some of the posts that have been going out, the family did mention they felt was offensive. And I know the main one that they felt was offensive was basically saying that Celeste is being silenced. And, just kind of putting her in a position of really saying that she's, she is a victim, but in a place in which she's hopeless, where the family doesn't want that to be part of the narrative. So I haven't seen your post to know which way that goes. I do know that the post started out of an organization, and I do know that that's where it was derived from. So, if it is that one, like, use your knowledge to the best of you can. And if it is what I mentioned and the family doesn't want that, then I would say delete it. You know what I mean? Use your knowledge to the best that you can. Yep, you can always reach Ellie or Corey via DMs if needed. We spoke to the family about everything that we've been doing, and anything that comes out publicly is pre-approved by the family. And okay, I think you're talking about Rachel's, right? Okay, that Rachel's is fine. Yeah, so then you should be good. And I think Rachel, Annalyn spoke with the family and said that your post was fine. But just be mindful of certain things like that, or organizing efforts. We spoke to the family about that, and, they want to know about all organizing efforts. They don't want third-party organizing on their behalf. They want a unified, campaign, and they want that unified campaign to be approved through the family. So if you want to do something like that, if you're working with an organization that wants to do something like that, just reach out to us. And when we're meeting with the family, we already have a number of dates set that we will be meeting and discussing, these topics and what you guys are bringing to the table. And if there's any additional resources that you feel are beneficial. But please give the family the space that they need. Please treat them with respect. Please do not try to force them into situations they do not want to be involved in. And please just respect their wishes. And, as we get more approvals to take next steps and to discuss other things with you, we will. Right. And we will share that information with you as soon as we are allowed to share information with you about what the next steps are. We do have a lot going on right now. We do have some other families that we're working with that we will discuss with you soon as well. But at this time, this is strictly for the Largo family. And also we are doing stuff with the Senate as well at this point, and we're wrapping up the House of Representatives. So we have so much going on in the movement. I know everyone is very passionate about everything that we're doing in our fight to end MST. And there's so many different issues and battles that we're fighting as an organization. So, just keep in mind that we can fight these battles. We will win these battles, but we need to work together and be strategic. And we just need to make sure that everyone feels respected in the process. So I just want everyone to keep that in mind as you're going forward, or you're making decisions, or you're, talking with people, or you want to do something. Just, give the family the respect that they deserve so we can help be a part of their healing process, and not further cause them trauma. And no one in our organization did that. There are some other organizations that went forward and did certain things that the family felt was very triggering and harmful. So the reason we're bringing this conversation up is so that you know what the family wants directly, and how you can participate in helping the Largo family heal and be supportive in a way that feels good to them, right? We're all individuals, and what feels good to one person doesn't necessarily feel good to another. So this is so specifically what the family wants and what their wishes are. And that's really what the basis of tonight's conversation is about. I read their statement of what they want and what they wish for, so you guys have that. And then, throughout the week, as things emerge, as other topics come up, we will address that as well. Just know that, for anyone who's working on the Senate campaign for the I Am Vanessa Guillen Act, that is still going on. So if you want to volunteer in that aspect, let us know. We do need more people for that. In terms of if you want to volunteer with Celeste Largo's family, you can also reach out to us and let us know. If you want to volunteer with Faye Ohu's family, let us know. And we will place you on the teams that are working on all of these different efforts right now. And that way we can have the right people in the right places to help these families move forward at the same time that we're looking to move legislation forward. And I just want to say thank you for everyone's efforts. I want to say thank you for just being an awesome, awesome, awesome team in the movement. I could not ask for better people. I'm thankful to be in a position to lead this organization and just be working with phenomenal people day in and day out who are so passionate about creating change and protecting the next generation of young people. And, even protecting the women who are going through these stories now. I want to say thank you for that, because I know how hard it can be to do advocacy work day in and day out, and we're warriors. We're warriors. And, God put us here for a reason. And we're here to change the face of America. We're here to help everyone's families get the justice that they deserve. And we're going to do that. And that's where our values are aligned. And that's the direction in which we're moving in. So, we want you to be a part of that. We want you to join us on our mission to end military sexual trauma. But we also have to be mindful of everyone that we're working with and how all of these families feel, because right now they're going through tragedy and adversity, and we need to be able to lift them up during this difficult time. And that is not just one of us, that requires all of us. And that requires all of us coming together and knowing that there's this really large mission at hand where we need to keep that at the forefront, right? Like, we need to keep the will of God and the will of this higher power at the forefront. And that is what is at and what is at stake for our pursuit of justice. And we need to be able to do that and at the same time care and have compassion and empathy for the families that are struggling right now as we're helping them. That's pretty much all I have for tonight. It was just a really quick update. I wanted to make that statement. And, if you want to get involved, just DM us, email us, you know where to find us. And we will start to, place you in the right placements with the right family or the right legislative effort to continue creating progress, right? That's what we do here. We entitle progress. So, if you really want to get involved, we're all for that. Just be respectful of what these families need during this time. That's all that we ask. All right. So enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for listening. And, we look forward to working with you guys on, ending MST once and for all.